Welcome to Brunch with Brian. Yeah, here I am again. And it's Tuesday, and you know what? Don't forget, everybody get signed up for our event coming up in about 3 weeks. It's August 26th, and that's our Taking Action virtual one-day workshop. We're really going to get into the nitty-gritty and really have more time to spend with you on some of the things we talk about here on Brunch with Brian on our home investing live stream. So today I want to talk about working with other people. And that's a huge thing because so much of what you do in real estate is handled by other people. Delegation is the key. So Lynette and I always say that, and people have always said we're the king and queen of automation and delegation. And I've written forwards, I wrote a forward for Ron LeGrand's book because it was all about automation. He had a book called The Less I Do, The More I Make. So he wanted me to write that forward. So because he knows that's a huge focus of ours is this automation delegation. Now working with others, there's two kinds of people that you're going to be working with, or there's a lot of different kind of categories of people you're going to be working with. Sometimes people are providing you a service. They're working for you, and sometimes you're kind of working together. So, and then real estate agents are kind of in the middle. And so real estate agents is a whole nother category. And if you're not talking to many agents on a regular basis, you're not growing your business, you're not developing your business. You should be talking, just look in Zillow and just look at some properties and call them up and explain what we do. Now remember, when you are explaining what we do, I want you to be mainly follow something along the lines of, I've been in the business a long time, whatever your bio is, you got to tell them your bio. And so I have a lot of good stuff in my bio. I used to manage a mortgage office. Lynette used to sell new homes. We were both real estate agents. But back in 2003, we realized we could just help people better by just buying their house directly. And so that's when we formed We Buy Houses LLC back in 2003. So we've been doing that a long time. We've been doing this a long time. And I have a lot of credibility lines. If you have zero credibility lines, you're just going to say, I've been, the one thing you can always say is we buy and sell houses all around the area. Okay, and sometimes if you bought a house, even your own personal residence, 20 years ago, you could say I've been involved in real estate for over 20 years. Technically you bought a property. Sometimes these agents, and this is why sometimes people will recommend you don't really jump into the agent market. They're going to be kind of picky, and they're going to be they're going to want to know you're for real. Okay, so that's why what we generally say is we say our bio, whatever credibility you have, and then something like when we buy a house that's distressed, we pay cash and pay cash for the repairs. See, now that makes you legitimate. Okay, that gives them the thinking that, okay, this isn't just some fly-by-night person with no money. They've actually got some money. Then you tell them, now, when we find a house that's in good condition, like you're listing here, the way we normally would buy that is with seller financing. Sometimes agents like to hear seller carryback. But we just got off the phone with an agent about 1,500 miles from here, and she's sending us a bunch of more listings. Now remember, when you find a realtor of a listing that you like, what do? What's the next step? When you find a listing on Zillow that looks like maybe a doer, if you get the right terms or whatever, or for cash if it's a good deal, then you go and look up that agent on realtor.com. You put their name in there, and almost everybody's in there, and it will tell you how many listings they've ever had in their career and how many listings they have for sale right now. And you can pull them up on a map, and you can look at them all, and they got pictures, and it's like, wow. Okay, so when you find a good realtor, you use that realtor to find more properties, and that's how you start to develop your realtor relationships. That's a really important thing. So working with others. And when we always try to be thoughtful, and we send cards and we send gifts. We do a lot of gifting. So I always think gifting is a good idea. It's not too expensive, a gift basket, if you really want to splurge, maybe you spend 100 or 200 bucks. But if that's a relationship that's really important, and especially anybody that helped you close the deal. So at the end of a deal, everybody should get a gift basket or something. Sometimes we just give $25 Visa cards out. So we've got, whoever closed the deal for you, you should send a nice cookie assortment to the attorney's office, or, something for the people there, and just be thoughtful as much as you can. Remember, everybody's life isn't based around what they do for you. Sometimes it's easy to get focused on that. Well, I only care about what they're doing for me. But they got a whole life, and it's nice to recognize that and build some rapport with, especially with people you're going to be working with on an ongoing basis. Now, if this is a one-time shot, you're calling some FSBO seller, and it doesn't even look like a good deal, don't build a bunch of rapport and, get through the deal, figure out if you got something or not. Then you build a rapport. If there's something there, if there's a pulse to that deal, after you explain what we do and have that all explained and they're still in the deal, not a hard no, then build a lot of rapport, because that's how you get deals. I'm telling you, people will go with you instead of someone else, even when someone else has a clearly better offer, when you build rapport. And so that's such a huge thing. So it's great to see you guys here today. Hey, Jim. Great to see you, Jim, and Robert, and all you guys. And I can't see everybody on YouTube, so I can't always, and the other services in Facebook. So, but I'll say hi to you now. Now, guys, so working with others, again, to wrap up, you should be working with a lot of agents. You should be talking to agents every day, okay? Or every day that you're working. You should be calling on listed properties in your area and building rapport and telling them what you're looking for. And again, the way to say it is, on these distressed properties, we pay cash, but for nicer houses like you're listing here, we look for seller financing or seller carryback. Now, reassure them instantly, we pay your commissions up front, of course, and we have a down payment. Normally, we write these up at 10% down with a 5% interest and a 30-year AM, and see what they say. And they can always come back and counter it. But if the deal cash flows at 5% interest, and now you don't know what their current mortgage is. This is different from if you're calling a FSBO. Now I'm going to go down that path. But guys, if you're calling a FSBO, you're going to work it out. You're going to ask them if they have a mortgage, and then you're just going to try to make the payments on their mortgage. So you'll say, so you have a mortgage on the house, and I see you pay $1,100 a month, so we're just going to be covering that mortgage going forward. So now when you're going through realtors, though, if you want to have them take you seriously, you have to put together some kind of an offer and stick it in front of them and see what they say and what they will lead you to. And other properties, remember, good agents have lots of listings and talk to lots of sellers. And if an agent's talking to some seller and they remembered, oh yeah, I have those new people now who do seller financing. And you know what? Their situation, in fact, this agent we talked to this morning, her name is Carol, and she said, well, I have never really gotten into that seller financing part of it. And I started telling her, well, what are some of the benefits? Some of these landlords, man, they're used to that paycheck every month and they'd love to keep it, but they're sick of the hassles. Sell to us, they get to keep the paycheck, get rid of the hassles. Okay, so how great is that? The paycheck's going to be a little less because we cover maintenance and repairs and everything, but that can be a great deal. Disgruntled landlords, I want you guys focusing on landlords, and a lot of times realtors, when you find the right realtors, they're listing a lot of properties for landlords. So just start thinking clever and talk to people who are in the business and doing stuff. Just follow us and listen to me, and you'll just pick it up through osmosis. If you keep going to brunch with Brian, you're going to get it. And absolutely be there August 26th. It's about 3 weeks ago yesterday. Monday, oh no, Friday. Is it 3 weeks from, no, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from this Friday. So make sure you put that on your calendar, circle it in red. That's a game-changing day. We're really going to get into some intense stuff and really show you guys where the money is today. All right, so I love working with people. Let's say that one because I want to talk about working with people today. I kind of got into my realtor talk because I get excited about working with realtors, and I just got off the phone with one. So, but let's say that. Let's say I love working with people. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I love working with people. I love working with people. I love working with people. Yes. And so, because you got to make money in real estate. Delegate wherever you can and work cooperatively with others. Nice deep breath in. We always have our deep breathing every day. Keep a smile on your face. Nice deep breath and let it out. One more deep breath. Great job, guys. Okay, I will see you guys Thursday. Until then, keep expecting success, getting awesome training, and taking lots of action.